How's everyone doing? Let's get on the chat.
Nazareth, I see you now.
Awesome. I see Art too. Whoever is in.
Like you sent me an email a while back ago, right?
I'm gonna put myself on mute right now.
Yeah, let me put in my headphones as well. Hope everyone's doing well. I see David. I see Judy. I'm not sure who Judy is, but hi, Judy. And I see Florvilla. Hello, how are you? Good to see you again. And good to see you, David. Can you hear me okay? Art, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. I put myself on mute. That's why I wasn't talking. Sorry.
No big deal. No big deal. How are you doing, Art?
Everything's great. Thanks for asking. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm excited about today. Today's going to be an awesome webinar. And you know, we're in September. It's almost at the end of the year. There's so many people that can benefit from what we have to offer. And that's why you know, right now people are scrambling, trying to figure out what to do about, you know, their financial situation, get them ready for 2017. But they have to pay the tax man. So a lot of people don't understand that the tax man is going to take a lot of money out of their paycheck. But there's ways for them to protect themselves. So just wanted to get my stuff going here. So if everyone can say hi in the chat, that'd be great. Let me know how they're doing. Okay. Anybody in the chat? Art, why don't you say something in the chat so I can see if the chat is going good. I see Judy.
I just did.
Yeah. All right. Good. Awesome. I see Judy. You'll find out who I am. Excellent. Yes, I'm interested. Awesome. Does anyone know who Judy is? No big deal.
She's your upline.
She's my upline. Awesome. All right, so let's get started. All right, I'm excited. I'm pumped. Let's get this thing going.
Absolutely.
I'm going to start my.
I'm not hearing anything, bro.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
How about your partner in crime?
All right, so I hear Nazareth now. So I'm good.
He's in.
Awesome, great. Now I'm going to share my screen. All right. Great. You guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Awesome. Great. So welcome everyone to Tranont overview. I sincerely appreciate your time on Wednesday. So I'm speaking from Chicago. Well, actually a suburb of Chicago. And Arturo, he's actually speaking in Chicago from his office. And the way we're doing a webinar is, you know, we're not co-located, and we'll explain why that's important. And the reason why we're doing it on the webinar, I'll explain that later, why that's important as well. So this is not because you know, we don't want to see you personally, but there's explicitly a special reason why. So let's get started. So a little bit about me, so you know who I am. My name is Nazareth Beg, born and raised in Chicago. Right now, our Cubbies are doing very well. Our Bears, not so much. I went to DePaul University, got my computer science degree, a bachelor's in computer science degree. After graduation, I did about 10 years of software development. And then decided to get into more on the business side. So I, you know, more on the sales and business development side. So I got my MBA from University of Chicago Booth School of Business, and then did 6 years of sales and operations for small to medium-sized companies. My passion is startups and entrepreneurship. So definitely helped a lot of entrepreneurs and startups along the way. Last year, the last startup that I helped last year was ranked #1 as the hottest startup in the world, passing up Airbnb and Uber. That was ranked by Forbes magazine. So I'm married, father of 4. So you know a little bit about my career and what I've done so far and my personal life. So as an entrepreneur, there were a couple of things that was going on with me, that a lot of expenses that I was incurring, and a lot of questions that I needed answered. So I incurred a lot of expenses. As you can see, I listed out my expenses that I was going through. So the reason why I had to spend like about $900 a year on lawyer expenses is because that I needed a lawyer to help me get incorporated and understand my business to a certain extent, so he can guide me in the right way to make sure that the state that I'm getting incorporated in is the best one for me. So usually people just get incorporated in Delaware or Nevada, or in their own city or state, excuse me. And they really don't understand why. So that's why a lawyer is very good in helping entrepreneurs, in guiding them and helping them understand all the tax laws and all the fees to reduce their overall expenses of their business. Also, you need an accountant. An accountant will definitely help you, understand what's the best way to file your taxes. If you're married and you guys, if you and your wife are in a certain tax bracket, your accountant can certainly help. But so my accountant charged a hefty fee, $700 total for my personal fees, for my personal tax return, and for my corporate tax return. So right there, I'm well over $1,000. And then I have bookkeeping, expense tracking. A lot of times my wife and I will look at our monthly bank statement at the end of the month, and we're like, how did we earn so much money? And then at the end of the month, we don't have really much in our hand. So a lot of people don't really understand where all their spending is going. So I'll talk about how I'm helping myself with that. Identity protect. So excuse me. So for the expense tracking software that I was using, that cost me $480 a year. And then for identity protection, identity theft is one of the fastest growing crimes in America. And it does cost a lot of money. If you do, have an issue with your identity where it is stolen and there are credit cards that are open in your name, or some bad actors that are using your bank account or whatever the case may be to pay their bills, it can cost you enormous amount of money to get your ID back. And it's just a nightmare. You can Google the stories, the horrible stories about people who are victims of identity theft. Credit repair services, I really didn't use much, but it kind of falls into the category of identity protection. Obviously, if your identity is compromised, then your credit score is going to be compromised as well, and it's going to suffer tremendously. And then I worked full time and had a home business and have a home business, excuse me. So if my laptop was down, or if I got hit with the virus, I had to get it repaired right away. If my laptop was down and I wasn't able to get it online, I couldn't conduct business. So overall, I was spending $3,500 to $3,700 a year, which is quite a bit of money, especially if you're a struggling entrepreneur or starting out and you're running in the negative. You want to minimize these expenses as much as possible. So I was looking for a solution to help me out. One, personally help me out with my home finances, and then help me out with my entrepreneurial finances. So I needed these services, and a lot of homeowners out there do need these services as well. So the answer that I found was in Tranont. Okay, and Tranont's core services, and Tranont is always adding more tools to their core services, has definitely hit the target with their services. Okay, and I'll explain to you why. So the Tranont One View, I'm pointing my mouse over it. Tranont One View, what that is a piece of software that you can go online and enter your credit card information, your bank account information, and it gives you the entire picture of your finance, how much income is coming in, what you're spending on, what your budget is going to be, and you can actually create your budget. You can create a way for you to save for a college fund, a home, a car. Tranont will, if you can think of Tranont OneView as your personal trainer at the gym, where your personal trainer is looking at the inefficiencies in your workout, and making sure that you're on the right diet. Tranont OneView will expose all the fat in your finances, in your financial picture, okay? And make sure that you are trimming off the fat and you're on track and sticking to your budget, similar to a personal trainer putting you on a diet. All right, Tranont Defend. This is an incredible service where it helps me protect my computer, my identity, my mobile device where I hold a lot of my credit card information. This will protect me from any social media hacks that are going on nowadays, where people are hacking Instagrams and posting all kinds of bad stuff. So that is critically important, especially when nowadays, when you're going for a job interview, your employer, your future employer is actually looking at your Facebook profile, your Twitter, your Instagram. So this is very important, where you don't want your account to be hacked and some bad things are posted in your account, and people are looking at that. So the next thing is Tranont TaxBot, which is one of my favorite tools. Okay, and this is the reason why. Whenever I go and have a meeting with someone, just anyone about my business and my projects that I'm working on, Tranont actually keeps track of all my expenses. So when I get in my car and I start driving, it starts tracking the mileage. Whenever I get a receipt, I can take a picture of that receipt and say, hey, I'm having lunch with Arturo, for example, and we're discussing a particular business matter. The Tranont TaxBot gives you all the does all the documentation for you. So at the end of the year, when you hand your documentation over to your accountant, that is that's handled very easily. Your accountant will thank you that they can file your taxes faster, and you will be protected by from the IRS because you have all the documentation. IRS, when they start auditing you and you don't have the documentation, you're in big trouble. Just one more point about TaxBot. A lot of Americans don't know that they are overpaying on their taxes. Okay, there's an average tax rate of 33%, and business owners and Americans are 80% of them are overpaying on their taxes. That's incredible, and the numbers in the billions. Okay, and a lot of people don't even realize that they could have saved on their taxes. They think that they're just doing just fine, and they're paying their fair tax share, when in fact the business owners and homeowners they do not. They're due to the lack of education and ignorance, they do not understand all the available advantages that they can, all the things that are out there in the tax laws that they can take advantage of. Okay, and that's where TaxBot gives you the education and the tool to basically leverage to save on your taxes. Tranont Legal, it is an absolute amazing service where if you have a lawyer in your back pocket and you can ask them questions about your corporate matters or your household matters, whether you need to create a will, whether you need to create a corporation, whether you need a letter sent out on your behalf for a particular issue that you're having, and even in your personal life, Tranont Legal definitely comes through and helps you out. It is an amazing service to have a lawyer in your back pocket. Next one is tax preparation and services. So this is also an incredible service. So imagine a tax team sitting down with you 4 times out of the year, every quarter, and helping you with your tax strategy and adjusting your tax strategy to make sure that you are taking full advantage of all the laws that that are available to you that you can take advantage of. Okay, so that is an incredible service. And then Tranont Credit Services. This is an amazing service where there are so many people due to the recession, due to losing their job, due to whatever circumstance, are just suffering from poor credit. And then what happens is that if you have a poor credit score, then you're paying high interest rates on almost everything, on your credit cards, on your auto loan, on your mortgage, almost everything. So this is also a very incredible service, and I have a quick example. Excuse me, can you hear me? I have a quick example of what a particular service success story looks like. Arturo, do you see that?
Yeah, hold on, I don't see it yet.
Do you see my screen?
I see your screen, but I don't see what you're putting on there yet. I still see the Heart of Tranont core services.
Oh, okay. 1 second. Let me quickly share what I'm talking about. You see my screen now?
Yes.
Great. Veronica Yunser. She said, credit services is amazing. My score has never been this high in my life. So grateful for the service. This letter says my credit score ranks higher than 73% of US consumers. If you have not used this service, you are missing the picture. Guys, do you know what type of rates are now available with a score like this? Get in touch with Recredit now and let them work their magic. So Arturo, I'm going to let you, when I get you on, I'm going to let you explain how much you would pay for a credit repair service. And let me also share with people my screen again one more time to show you the other tool that I was talking about, which is the TaxBot tool. So here, as you can see, I took a screenshot of my app. And here is the trip tracker. So whenever I'm driving to anyone's house and I talk to them about my business, or if I go to the grocery store and I happen to talk to someone about my business or whatever the case may be, it automatically tracks my mileage. Okay, so imagine if you're a realtor that needs to track their mileage and you're using pen and paper and then giving that to your accountant. And imagine if you lose that pen and paper. Okay, so TaxBot, it automatically saves everything to the cloud. Your data is safe and secure. It's not going anywhere. All right, and then again, going back to the realtor example. So imagine you're a realtor, you take your customers out to some coffee or you grab some coffee yourself. That's an expense, all right? Car washes, home office. There are so many things that a TaxBot can help you deduct on your yearly taxes. Let me ask you a question. What would you rather have? And I want to see people responding in their chat. Let me bring my face back up again. Can you guys see me? You should be able to. Okay, great. I want to ask everyone a question. What would you rather have? $17,000 a year increase in your income, or would you rather save $10,000 in taxes? Okay, I want to see folks in the chat telling me their response. Anyone? Art, what would you rather have? $17,000 increase in your income? Art, can you hear me?
No, I couldn't hear you for a second there. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, my question was that what would you rather have? $17,000 a year increase, like a salary increase in your income, or would you rather save $10,000 on your taxes?
Wow, that's a good thing. I'd save $10,000 in my taxes all day long.
Yep, that's right. Because if you were to pick the first option, which is $17,000 increase, the taxes that you would that would get cut out of that would drop less than $10,000 a year.
Yes, sir.
All right. So there you go. That's why we're doing this. And I'm going to have you, there you go, David. That's the right answer. So obviously the Tranont people are providing the right answers to this. So Art, I'm going to hand it over to you. Now that I've explained of how you can get your finances in order and get educated on some of the tax stuff and take advantage of some of the accounting services, Art is going to go through how you can actually start generating some money using Tranont services.
All right. Can you guys hear me? Can everyone hear me?
Yep, you're good to go, man.
Okay, perfect. Well, everyone, welcome. Welcome to tonight's webinar. I'm very excited and fired up about this opportunity. I've been since I got involved. I saw something that completely has changed my life, so I'm very, very, very excited about that. Before I get started, I just wanted to give it back to Mr. Nusrat Beg. You know, for everyone that's on this call, understand that we're working with a gentleman that has a lot of integrity, you know, that graduated from a pristine institution, #1 MBA program in the world practically. And, you know, we have an opportunity to work directly with him. As you can tell, based on these webinars and what Tranont's already doing for him, we have a lot of good things coming our way. So I'm very excited to be working with him, and everyone that's on here. You know, don't take his time for granted, because he's here to help you also. And together, I believe we're going to build an awesome foundation, and we're going to just make this opportunity easier for everybody else. So just wanted to just talk a little bit about myself. What do I do outside of Tranont? This is still, I'm an entrepreneur. I decided to go that direction a few years back. I was really tired of working for somebody else, 60, 70 hours a week, just getting paid, for hours that I put in. Wasn't able to have the kind of vacation that I wanted, the time freedom that I was looking for. I was basically trading time for money, hours for dollars. And the day that I realized that that wasn't for me anymore, I decided to go on my own, only to realize that having a traditional business is also very difficult, because you find yourself putting in a lot of time also. And instead of you owning the business, you sort of feel like the business owns you. So a couple of years back, I was introduced to network marketing, to what people call them MLMs. Some people, call them direct sales, whatever it is. I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the opportunity to be able to actually work with individuals, learn, be coachable, and teach others to do the same thing while we're growing an organization. So I got extremely, extremely fired up, and I got involved. And here we are 2 years later. I had an opportunity to talk to Mr. John Singh and Mr. Ansar Ahmed about this opportunity, which was Tranont. And when I saw what the benefits were and what the compensation plan, which is second to none, we'll talk a little bit about that later. But what I saw that they were able to do that nobody else was able to do was actually teach you through these financial education tools how to set yourself up for retirement. And one thing that I noticed in other organizations and other companies is that they really only talked about the lifestyle and all the materialistic stuff, and that wasn't something I was sort of interested in. I was more interested in actually building wealth and helping others doing it. They were living, they were making money, but they were just living broke at a different level. And I wasn't about to do that. And when I saw this information and when I saw what Tranont can offer, I jumped on board. And today here we are. We're building very, very fast, and we're just excited. So I'm just going to jump into how you can make money with the opportunity. So if you guys give me 1 second, I'll put up my screen.
The text messages are not coming in, brother.
Can you guys see the screen?
You mean the chat? The chat's not coming in?
No, can you guys see can you guys see my?
I can.
You can? Okay, good. All right, perfect. So we should be good now. Okay, here we go. All right, so what's awesome about what we're doing here, the Tranont story is very, very simple. We're here to help people, like Mr. Nusrat talked about earlier, getting their finances together, finding out where a lot of these things are, where a lot of their issues are coming up. coming out of. Most people are very scared to talk about this stuff. So, you know, what Tranont's done with their story is, you know, Tranont's about changing direction, changing life. So, you know, we're a financial education and service company. You know, the mission is to change the world's economy one household at a time. And, you know, it sounds very, very cheesy from what a lot of people tell me, but that's exactly what we're doing. I was able to see this firsthand and how it's changing a lot of things in my life today and putting things into perspective. And I'll talk a little bit about that as soon as I go down a couple of these slides here. You know, so the vision is to offer individuals world-class financial education and training, financial management tools, digital protection, and best-in-class retail services. So as you saw earlier through what Mr. Beg was talking about, the core service is very, very important. That's obviously our foundation of our company. You know, through all those services, you can actually accomplish so much that will allow you to see where everything's coming, where everything's going, and put you on a path to retirement through our Tranont Life, which I'll talk to you a little bit about also. Now, just gonna, you know, we're in a $1 trillion industry with retail services and education service. So that's something that, you know, think about. You know, we have thousands of success stories, as you already heard from Mr. Beg on his own experience. Also on Ms. Veronica's experience with the credit services. And that's something that I'm using consistently. And the help that I've been getting from them is amazing. We also have a Jeep for You program that I'll talk to you about in a couple seconds here. Obviously, my part is just to talk about what other ways we have to make money. Obviously, the core service is one thing, and just so you know, once the core service, you know, I'm going to talk about in a couple seconds here. That's just some of the services that Tranont actually owns and we offer. We also have secondary strategic partnerships with other companies where we can actually refer these services, and that's what I'm going to go into in the next slide here. So as you see here, you're going to see companies such as DirecTV, Dish Network, you know, Jive, National Processing, and these are just companies that we already know. Obviously, everybody has TV. We know no one can live without satellite TV nowadays because it obviously has the best picture, the clearer picture. So just imagine getting paid just for you referring yourself as your own service. You know, I'm a firm believer that you should, you know, be a product of your own business. So I have DirecTV. I love DirecTV. You know, other people like Dish Network, you know, it's obviously your decision, but, you know, every single month that I pay for my cable bill, I'm getting a percentage. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a few seconds here. You know, Mr. Beg talked about TaxBot. TaxBot is also a Tranont owned entity. And, you know, with this tool, you know, you can track so many things as far as your expenses are concerned. And we also have these services all a la carte. National Processing is a company that for credit card processing, which is great. This is one of the top 5 companies in the world. And with merchant services, we know that every single day somebody uses a credit card. I know I used my credit card at 2 different locations this morning. So imagine if those locations became our customer through you, you would be getting a percentage every single month. Somebody swipes a credit card, which is awesome. Jive is another company that we love to refer. Because what it is, Jive is a business telephone service, so it's for business owners. And what's great about this service is that you're practically getting enterprise service at a small business price. So business owners love to hear that because, you know, having a business is expensive, and if they can cut on some of these expenses a little bit, you know, it's a big thing for them. As a matter of fact, one of our colleagues, Mr. Robert Medina, has saved plenty of companies a lot of money through the Jive, through this company. So we've seen it work already. So we love the services that we are offering right now. And like I said, these services are just referral based. So we're not asking you to sell these services. We're just asking you to refer somebody, you know, obviously someone close to you, a friend, or maybe even someone that you may know through social media, or a friend you haven't talked to. You know, just it's about referring. It's super, super easy. We have an application that you can easily just jump on the app, and from the application you can actually just refer the person directly, or make the phone call with them and get them set up. And every single time they make a payment, you know, you're getting paid. And most people, once they start seeing that you're getting paid, they want to get paid too. So they're going to ask questions and want to get involved with the business. Now, these are the core services that Mr. Big talked about earlier, you know, Tranont OneView, Defend, TaxBot, tax preparation and services, legal, credit services. And now we also have something new, which is Tranont Property and Casualty, We're not in all 50 states yet, but this is an opportunity for those that are living in an area where we do offer it. Give a call. It's just basically a quote. See what you can get for, maybe you can get a cheaper car insurance rate or home insurance through us. Also, one of the things I did want to talk about was, for me, is the OneView, because we do have a partner company called Tranont Life, and what OneView was able to do for myself was I was able to see exactly what I was spending my money on. And sometimes you use one credit card here, you use another credit card there, and you forget to you really don't know where your money's going. You just know at the end of the month you're paying your credit cards back off. Hopefully you don't have that high of an interest, or you're still on a 0%, right? But you'll find yourself, I found myself spending a lot of money on taking my buddies and friends out to eat, taking my friends out there to have a good time and party it up. So when I started to notice how much money was going into that, I got really, really angry, and I was mad at myself. But the OneView was able to help me budget a lot of these things. So because of the OneView, I was able to get what's called a confidential need analysis through one of our wealth specialists, through our Tranont Life company, which is something, for those that are interested, we'll talk a little bit about later also. And I was able to take everything that I was spending, practically 95% of what I was spending on going out and having, taking out my buddies, into a wealth plan that will generate, a percentage of anywhere between 7 and 13% in compound interest, and I'll retire with a very, very nice amount of money. So there's obviously a lot of things. I've set myself up to retirement through this company, so I know the benefits that we have. Now we just talked about the retail services. As you can see, earlier I was talking about the strategic partnerships that we have. So these are the companies, again, just wanted to go over them one more time. As you can see on there: satellite TV, merchant services, business phones. We have licensed products through our Tranont Life that I just talked about, tax preparation and services, credit services, Tranont Solar, Tranont Business Defend. We just have a bunch of stuff here. Tranont background checks. So if you know any companies out there that are in company, anyone that's HR, they run background checks. Anyone that's like a building manager, they run background checks and stuff like that when they're looking for tenants, or someone's looking for employees. So you can get paid every single time somebody gets a background check, which I believe it's awesome. Now the next step that I'm going to go into is talking about how we actually can make money in this business. We already talked about Tranont Core. And we've already talked about the strategic partnerships. Now, you can sell the core service as a full service with all those services for $125 a month. But you can also break them down and sell them individually. They're also a la carte. It's very simple. All the prices are pretty much on Tranont.com's website, so we can actually break them up. And what I love about this is that you can make money just by, from these services also. So the core services are very, very special for us. So we're going to go here and talk about how you can actually make money from personal customer acquisition. So Tranont is very, very different from a lot of other companies. And as soon as I'm done with this slide, I'm going to actually ask Mr. Begg to come back on, because he has a way of explaining this, because he's been out there in the sales industry for so long that I actually love the way he talks about this. So as soon as I'm done with this, if you don't mind, Mr. Bay, can you jump in for a second and explain, your experience and how companies have paid when it comes to percentages and out there in the corporate world. So with Tranont, we receive up to 30% on your personal customers. So what does that mean? That's very, very simple. If you look to the right, you're going to see number of services and percentages. If you refer one customer through 10 customers, the company is going to pay you 10%. Once you start hitting 11 customers to 20 customers, the company will start paying you between those 1 and 20 at 15% residual income. But once you hit 21 customers, the company will then now start paying you 30% on all of your customers. So the example that you see on there is 21 services, average $100 a month, which will be $2,100 in commissionable billing revenue. At 30%, that's $630 per month. Annually, that'll be around $7,560 in residual income. Now, that's income that you're getting every single month. So as you begin to grow in this business, if you want to be that customer specialist who just knows how to get customers or loves referring people, this is an opportunity for you to make extra money on your residual side, on the personal side of things. So that's one thing that I love about it. Now, Mr. Bacon, would you like to jump in and just talk a little bit about your experience with sales?
Yeah, absolutely. So like I said before, my first 10 years of my experience were all in software development, and the last 6 years have been in software sales and business development. And it is unheard of in my sales industry or any other sales industry for a 30% commission. It's not there. No one's giving it. No one's doing it. All right. You get 6%, 8%, 10% at the most. And a lot of these software sales companies that are out there with really big sales organizations, they'll pay a base salary, to sort of help the salesperson, a small base salary, and then the rest they try to make it up into at an 8% commission. So, it's 30%, which Tranont is offering, is just an incredible steal.
Thank you, Mr. Begg. Okay, I'm going to jump back in and finish up here. So, can you guys hear me?
Yep, we hear you.
Okay, perfect.
We hear you.
All right, so now that you know a little bit about how we refer services and on the personal customer acquisition side, I'm just going to talk about how we get started here. I'm also going to talk about the Jeep for You program, our monthly team bonuses, and our car bonus here in a second. But I just wanted to tell you, getting started is very simple. To become a Tranont associate, it's $349. It's a one-time fee, and that fee includes your first about 20 days to a month, depending on when you get involved, to use the core service. We'd like to give this service out for free because we know that once you start using it and you start seeing the benefits, you're going to talk about it. And, you're going to want to share this information with a lot of people. So that's why we're giving it out for free. And those that are on this call today, just for being on our call, being on our webinar, we'll be able to give you the one view for free. So that's very, very exciting. So so for those $349, what do you get? Well, you get the core services for 1 month. You get to partner up with all these companies that Tranont has already bundled up. It's very, very expensive to become a traditional business owner just with Dish and just with DirecTV or with any of these other services. So what we've done is we bought them together in a package for everybody. We have all the licenses, and it's all included in the $349 a startup cost. So that's what it's going to cost you. And what's great about it is we have TaxBot, so you can actually write it off immediately. And every single month that you're paying for the services, you can write that off also, that's what's amazing about what we already have set for you. So you can have the financial education, you can have the marketing platform, the business management applications, the tools. We are US-based customer support, so you'll be able to talk to somebody here in our country. And, we're global expanding. We're a very, very small company. We've only been around for 3 years. And this past year is when we really started to explode. So possibilities of global expansion are right around the corner. And I know for sure that I want to be a part of that. And I know the team does too. So all we really require from you or ask you to do is help us out, plug into the Tranont system. We're going to be having webinars. We're going to be having trainings online. We have trainings in our back office already. We're going to have face-to-face. We're going to be able to get on the phone. So even if you're not in the Chicago area or the Illinois market, you're in the Indiana market, the Michigan market, or maybe you're in Miami or you're in California, it doesn't matter. If you're ready to pioneer a market, we're here to help you. We're going to support you, no matter what. So we're going to teach you how to acquire customers and associates, using the Tranont launch system. We're going to help others do the same thing under your organization, and we're going to, hopefully attend some of these events. Whether if you're in a new market that has no events, no worries. Our events can be webinars. So don't feel like you can't be a part of this, because anybody can. We have an amazing tool. We have a tool that's practically on your phone. It's an application where everything that you need to know is on there. How to help people, how to send people referrals and everything. So it's really, really simple. We have practically the same information that we're referring to you, that we're giving to you right now, in videos there. So you can actually send those videos out, and if people are interested, then you get them on the phone with us. So it's not that hard. It's actually very, very easy. We've made it very simple for everybody to get involved. Now, our monthly team bonus on our next slide is it's pretty much very, very simple. So what it is, once you get involved in Tranont, you want to make money. And our goal is to start making you money within your first, 24 to 48 hours, as soon as possible. We want to get in front of as many people as possible, whether it's through webinars or, through the phone. We just want to get involved with your warm market, with your colleagues, with your associates, or anybody that that might be interested in the service. practically what we're doing is when you get involved and you get 3 people personally involved in the business with the core services, the company is going to pay you $100 every single month. So that's practically it. 3 people get involved, they start using the core services, they're gonna talk about the core services, right? So once they start using the core services and we start building a bigger organization, you start making more money. But at the beginning, just to become an executive, we just need 3 people to use the core services and start paying $100 a month. We'll start paying you Tranont will start paying you $100 a month. Now, the car bonus is what we call drive to financial consultant, to become a FC is what a lot of us know it as. So first, we already know you sponsor 3 active associates. Now the goal is to actively help them get 3 other associates in that are also active on the Tranont service. Now, you don't have to know any of these other individuals. It can just be individuals that they bring in that we start building an organization. So if each one of those individuals has 3 active associates, then that's 9 associates plus the 3 associates that you brought in. Now you're going to bring in a group volume of around $1,200 or 1,200 points, however you want to see it. And that's going to qualify you for a financial consultant position. Now, this position here, the company, Tranont's going to pay you $250 a month on top of the 100, so you're going to be making $350. Now, mind you, what I love about Tranont is that these don't necessarily just have to be people. It can also be personal sponsors, customers that they bring in. So if the individuals that get involved start bringing in customers and that's what they're good at, then your group volume is going to grow faster. So by doing both, you can get here with just 3 or 4 people, 5 people, 6 people, 10 people, 12 people. It might take, so it all depends on how fast you get up to the 1,200. Now, my personal experience, I was able to hit the financial consultant position in my first week in the company. So I know it's possible, I know it's doable, and I know it's not that hard to do. Now, talking about the Jeep bonus here, that's part of it. So the car bonus is $250, but let's say you're interested in the Jeep bonus and our Jeep program. What happens is once you have that $1,200 monthly group volume, the company is going to pay you $500 towards a Jeep. So how this works is the way this works is like this. You're still going to get the 100, plus you're going to get 500. The only thing is you're going to have to purchase a vehicle that's a Jeep that's at least 3 years new, and it can be a Jeep Wrangler, a 2-door, or just or the regular 4-door. I mean, the 2-door or the 4-door. It can be one of the Cherokees, any of the Cherokees, and the Renegades. As long as they're 3 years new and above, Tranont's going to give you $500. Now, I have an awesome Jeep myself, and I'm excited because I'm getting $500 every single month going towards that Jeep. Now, if your Jeep is under $400, it's under $500 a month. Like, just say, for example, let's say your Jeep is only going to cost you $350 a month. Tranont's still going to give you $150. So that's what I love. I mean, I'm sorry, they're still going to give you $500. So you'll have $150 to spend on your own. Now, if you decide to get one of those bigger Jeeps, or you want to add accessories to it and make it a really expensive Jeep, Tranont's still going to give you $500. You would just have to cover the rest. So that's how the Jeep program works. You just got to be a financial consultant. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about. I've already talked to you a little bit about some of the team bonuses. Now I'm just going to go a little bit more into the compensation plan. Not so much. For those of you that are interested, we can talk about this later. So when everyone gets involved, everyone is an associate. The goal is to become an executive, and once you become an executive, if you look at the executive side, it's going to say, PV, that's personal volume. That's practically just you having the core service. By you having the core service and having 3 people qualified under your organization with the core service, you'll be making a $100 team bonus every single month. As you start going down the compensation plan and start hitting other positions, like for example, let's go to FC. You'll have a qualified group volume of around 2,500. Tranont will give you $100 plus, but now you'll be on the Jeep bonus. So whether you want the 250 or the 500 is up to you. 1-star SFC going. I'm going to go down to SFC. Here at SFC, you just need to have 110 in PV, which means have basically 1 customer, one of the core services. Some of them count as 10, some of them count as more, depends on what the volume is. But at SFC, you'll have like a group volume of around 7,500 or 75 people, however you want to look at it. They'll give you a team bonus of $500. You also get the Jeep bonus of $250 or the $500 if you decide to go with the Jeep. But what's awesome about this position now is they start paying you towards that retirement fund. earlier I talked about how Tranont's changed my life as far as how I'm using the services, because I ended up getting an insurance policy through our wealth specialist, through our Tranont Life company. And what's great about this is that now they start helping you retire even faster. They start giving you a bonus towards it. So if you have if you sit down and have your CNA done, your confidential needs analysis, and you decide to start your policy through us, at that position there, they'll start paying you $100 towards that. If you see the next pool there, this is bonus pools. This is basically how the company is doing every single month. Right now, at SFC, they would start paying you a bonus of up to $700. So everything else to the left of the bonus pool is black and white. If you hit those positions, that's exactly how much you're going to make every single month. Now, the bonus pool is based on the company and how the company is growing. The last individual I spoke to was a 2-star SFC, and this individual was on the bonus pool, was getting around $1,200 at that time. So imagine becoming a 2-star SFC. You're looking at $3,500 a month in team bonus, plus a $500 in a Jeep, so that's $4,000, plus $300 into your retirement bonus. I mean, you can use it for that, or you can use it for other things. But we just tell people, just put in your retirement and keep growing that wealth. Right there, you're looking at $4,300. Now, this individual was already getting $1,200 on the bonus pool, which is, I'm sure, growing now. So he was already at around $5,500 a month. Now, think about that. A lot of people don't even make $5,500, which would be around $60,000 a year, I believe. Don't make that kind of money a year. So that can be life-changing for somebody. That can give them the time freedom that they want. Spend more time with their family. So that's just a little bit about some of our ranks here. If you want more information, we have other webinars and we have other trainings that they can break down every single position for you, if that's what you're interested in. I just wanted to kind of give you guys some information. If you look here, also on the rankings, Tranont is such a new company that we only have one senior vice president and one vice president in the company at this moment. So the vice president is located in Canada, because we're in Canada and the US right now, and the senior vice president is located here in the United States. So if you think about it, we're groundbreaking. We're barely scratching the surface of what we're building here in the United States and in Canada, and then soon globally. So I'm very fired up about that. We're very, very a new company, and yeah, we're fired up about that. Now, the next slide I wanted to talk about is going to be very simple. It's just going to be about training and support. I stated earlier, we're going to have many opportunities to talk to you about how to acquire customers, how to build and develop your team of associates. I talked about earlier about local, regional, national training events that we have. As a matter of fact, this weekend we're having a leadership summit out in Salt Lake City, where a lot of our leaders will be there to get extended training. That's always up to you if you want to go. I always suggest that you do if you have that opportunity. We have regional events, and like I stated earlier, if we're not locally, or if we're not local yet in your area, or in regional might be too far, we can always do things online. We can always talk to you in that way. So you're always going to be in this business. You're never going to be alone. Even though we always say you're in business for yourself, but you're never alone. You're not by yourself with us. We're always here to help you and educate you and teach you and train you. Just be coachable. That's all we ask for. And and that's practically my part of the presentation. I think everyone that jumped on it for today. I'm going to give it back to Mr. Nuzritz to finish it up. And thank you, everyone. And anyone's on here that wants to get involved, just let us know. We're here to help you out. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks, Arturo. Great job. So I'll just wrap it up real quick. I know it's getting late, and just to respect your time, I'll just quickly go through a few points. After you sign up, the next step would be we would launch you. Okay, we will sit down with you, and either through face-to-face webcam like this, or we will, if you're local, then we'll sit down with you and actually go through a launch process. All right, and what that means is that we'll go through step by step how to launch your business and how to get yourself onboarded with the tools. Okay, that's very important for you to understand. And we'll direct, if you have any detailed questions, we'll direct you to the appropriate resources for you to get the answers that you need. Okay. Second one will be that we'll provide some leadership training. Again, this will be either virtual like this, or it will be at a hotel on the weekends, and also product training as well. So Arturo, the reason why Arturo and I are so excited is because Arturo has a lot of network marketing experience, more than I do. And I have a lot of the sales and marketing, social media marketing experience, and we're combining our forces together. And what we're allowing people to do is not let the part-time home business really become a full-time business and consume the rest of their parts of their life. Okay, we understand that you probably have a full-time job, or you have many other responsibilities. And what a lot of network marketing companies do is that they will drag you and your prospects to a home meeting, to a hotel seminar. All right, we have those, but what Arturo and what we're doing is something special. We don't want people to spend an hour of their time in the car driving to and back to a hotel meeting. So, 2 hours of their time gets consumed. We would rather have you invite your prospects to a webinar like this for them to see the plan, and then you spend 2 hours of that time in your business, okay? Or 2 hours of your time to your children, to your personal life, whatever the case may be. All right. The second thing that we're very excited about is that the power of the Tranont Builder app that almost every Tranont associate has on their phone. Say, for example, you have someone who is very much interested in working with you and working with our team, and so just to get them started real quick, if they're very eager, you can send them a text message with videos that are done for you, and they are perfectly sized and the perfect message. So you don't have to be a salesperson to sell any of the Tranont core services, and we actually don't want you to sell. All right, what we want you to do is just share. All right, it's the same way where you go and watch some great movie, maybe an action movie that's coming out on the weekend, and someone asks you, how was that movie? And they'll be like, you know what, it was great. You should go see it. Imagine you getting compensated by the movie producers for every time you share your feedback on a product that you're using. You would love that. Same way, Tranont has made it very easy. They put a lot of marketing money into doing these done-for-you marketing videos. All right, and what Art and I are doing is very special. Is that we're training you virtually. We're going to show your prospects, show your prospects the whole business virtually. So if you have someone, we're sitting here in Chicago, and you have someone in California. Last week we had someone from Canada dial in. We're able to communicate with them and share with them, what Tranont is all about. So that's what we're doing. We're putting our social media marketing into overdrive in the next couple of weeks. We're very excited. We'll be adding people to our organization very quickly. We want you to be part of that organization. We're developing leaders. It's just going to be an excellent ride, and we are very excited about getting you on board as well. Now, for the final thing, if you have been invited by either Arturo and I, get back in touch with us. I will post my email address in chat. Email us, tell us that you're ready to get started, okay? The other, what I'll also do, if you cannot, if you're watching this and you don't have the chat available, that's my email address, okay? And go ahead and email us. Now, if you've been invited by our other friends, for example, you may have been invited by David, who's watching this remotely from Indiana. Get in touch with him, okay? Or get in touch with whoever has invited you to this webinar, and get with them and sign up with them, okay? So you're going to get the same kind of support, whether you sign up with us or sign up with the person that invited you. You're going to get the same support. Again, Tranont, you're in this for yourself, but you're not by yourself. All right. And that's how we're going to support your organization across US and Canada through leveraging technologies like this. And it's just a new way to do network marketing nowadays. A lot of businesses are turning towards this methodology. We're just way ahead of the game. All right. Pretty soon you'll see a lot of the training, a lot of network marketing companies doing this remotely. Because the reason why is that you see a lot of millennials, they are doing business via the phone. Send me a text message, send me a video, and send me, try to send me whatever you can through the mobile phone. All right. So that's the strategy that we're using. It is the future, and we're way ahead of the game. Art, thank you so much for all your time. Finally, and this is the last point. Imagine you making an extra $500 a month. Tell me how that impacts you. I'm looking at the chat window right now. Tell me how that impacts you. All right. What does an extra $500 a month do for you? All right. Does that take care of a credit card debt? Does that help you get closer to your financial future? What does an extra $1,000 a month do for you? Okay. All right. So definitely write that down, put it in your chat, and we'd love to hear from you. All right. See you guys. Have a good night. Take care. Thanks, Art. We'll see you later.